Hi, this is St. Vincent and you are listening to Radioacktiva, the Rock Planet.
Es Radioactiva desde el Festival Estéreo Picnic, ahora con una maravillosa persona de la música. La verdad considero que es una figura de las más visionarias que podemos encontrar en este momento. No me atrevería a catalogar sus discos como de un estilo en particular porque siento que los comprendemos realmente mejor después de unos años. Una figura totalmente brillante. St. Vincent está con nosotros. Annie, welcome to Radioactiva. How are you?
Hola, really good. I caught most of that. That was very nice.
Okay, well,
very kind
thank you. It's I'm trying to be honest.
Oh, thank you.
Like honestly, I think you're brilliant.
Thank you.
And you know, from my perspective, I think most of your music will be much better understood in a few years because I think you're always looking forward with something.
Thank you.
So with that in mind, I would like to know how do you put the sound inside your mind into a record? When I listen to your music, I guess I imagine that nothing is just because. Everything seems there seems to be a reason for everything, like a feedback or a sound. And you produced your latest record. It's your first time producing it, right? Producing yourself.
Yeah. I've co-produced my last 5 records, or something like that. But this one I did
by yourself.
Self-produced,
So how does it work?
I don't know. Music is one of those things where the more I do it in theory, the better I would get at it. But it's also like a tide. It's like music's like a beach that is simultaneously receding and getting closer.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's a little bit of a poetic answer, but it's always a mystery to me. So I just try to chase the sounds. I mean, some of that's really technical, you know, knowing how to make certain sounds, and then some of that is just allowing myself to discover.
Wow, I mean, it's like I listened to both of the records, one in English and one in Spanish, and I was thinking like, how do you land? How do you record something that's in your mind with such different kind of thing? I wouldn't know exactly how to explain it musically. I'm not a musician, but you know, I just found it amazing. I guess it's fair to ask why to make the record in Spanish too.
Well, so I'm originally from Texas. And obviously grew up around a lot of Spanish-speaking
Just couldn't help it.
Spanish, yeah. And the first reason is that I really just wanted to get better at Spanish because so much of the world speaks Spanish. I would like to speak to people in their own language. Obviously, I've slacked a little bit as of late. It's not great right now, but the other part is that I've just had really wonderful experiences in Spanish-speaking countries. You know, whether it's here or Mexico or Spain, Argentina, list goes on. I just have had wonderful experiences, and I thought fans have come to me and met me in my music in English, and that's not their first language. Maybe it's their second, maybe it's their third language. So maybe I could just offer a little something to them to say, thank you for meeting me in my language. Let me try to meet you halfway in yours. That was really it.
When it came to translating the lyrics, you know, how was it? And of course, the meaning of the words and certain things are different. So how did it work?
It worked. I worked with my friend Alan Ortiz, who's from Monterrey, Mexico, and is, you know, bilingual. And obviously, so colloquially, it's a little bit more Mexican. But it was a long process. It's not a literal translation.
Yeah.
Because
it's close enough. I mean.
I mean, there's a lot of this is not an expression in Spanish. So find another way to say what you're trying to say. And then it made me re-examine the English lyrics and go, well, what am I really trying to say? For example, one of my favorite moments of the translation is like, there's a song called La Fruta Más Dulce, the sweetest fruit, and in English it's the sweetest fruit is on the limb, and like in my mind, in English, the sweetest fruit is on the limb. Okay, that says there's danger, but a limb is also a disgusting word to me because, you know, it's like a severed limb. Like there's something gross about it to me, which I like. I'm drawn to. But where it didn't sing very well in Spanish. It just didn't feel right. So, we changed it to the fruta más dulce está por las ramas. So it's like in the vines.
Yeah.
And I thought that's really poetic and beautiful in a way that I wouldn't have necessarily allowed myself to be as gentle in English.
Okay.
But because it was in a language I don't speak very well, I was able to kind of feel the beauty of it and not judge it myself, if that makes sense.
What about the album title? I like to ask these things because I think album titles has meanings, and you didn't pick something like All Born Screaming just because. I think it has a meaning, and from my perspective, it's like two different things. The beauty of being born, but we do all born screaming.
Yeah.
So it's like a duality there. Why are you picking that title?
Oh, I think it kind of sums up the agony and the ecstasy that it is to be alive. It's the best thing, and it's so complicated and hard for anyone and everyone. So, of course, the goal in life is to figure out how to live. But it also, to me, I like the fact that it's we're all in this together.
We are.
Even though so many things are universal and so much of the modern world wants to pull us apart. At the end of the day, the human condition is the same no matter where you are or where you're from.
Okay, I also love the album covers, the pictures.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about them?
Yes, I worked with my friend Alex de Corte, who's a really brilliant, very major modern artist, and a friend, lucky to call him a friend. And we worked together on the creative direction on it. He creative directed it, and that process was like us going to museums. We went to El Prado. We looked at Goya's Pinturas Negras.
Madrid.
And we just saw and when we saw the Pinturas Negras, it was like this is the energy. So that's why it's black and white and all the colors in a fire. And I don't know. To be alive is to sort of be on fire. Like we don't know what to do.
Okay.
No one will tell us what to do. We have
it.
to find out for ourselves.